Believe it or not, the average price of a home in Barrie in June is at the lowest level it's been all year long. It's early July, so I'm here today to give you statistics for the Barrie, Simcoe County area real estate market for the month of June 2025. Be sure to watch until the end of the video where I'm going to give you some advice on buying a house in this market. I'm James Myers. I'm a realtor in the Barrie, Simcoe County area, and I do these videos to try to help keep you up to date on the real estate market and statistics in this area. Thanks for watching. I'll start off by giving an overview of Simcoe County as a whole. So all homes sold within Simcoe County, the average price was $861,188. That's down 4.7% from June last year. Number of sales, 728. That's actually up from June last year when there was only 627. Months of inventory was at 6.7 months. Moving to Barrie now, the average price for all homes sold in Barrie was $711,102. That's down 9.3% from last year. That's the number I talked about at the beginning of this video. So that number is $711,000. That's the lowest point that number has been at all year long. That includes all home types, condominiums, townhouses, freehold properties, whatever you can live in. Detached homes in Barrie, average price was $807,851. That's down 7.5% from last year when it was $873,000. That number has been floating around between $800 to $850 all year long. So again, another one. That's the lowest point they've been at all year, $807,000. Some months it's up, some months it's down. There were 117 sales last month, down from 125 a year ago, and there were 649 active listings. So that works out to 5.5 months of inventory. Not quite a buyer's market, but leaning towards it. Condominium apartments in Barrie. I'm only going to mention condominium apartments because they make up the bulk of the condo market in Barrie. There are condominium townhouses, but they make up such a small segment of the condo market. Some months there's 3 condo townhouses sold, and other months there's maybe 8. No buyers really say they want a condominium townhouse. They say they want a townhouse. And that could be either a freehold townhouse or a condominium townhouse. When most people talk about buying a condominium, a condo, they mean an apartment, condominium apartment, because they want the ease of low maintenance, apartment style living. The average price for all condominium apartments sold in June was $482,829. And last year was over $631,000. So that's over 23% price drop. That's a huge drop. So I looked into it, and it turns out that last year in June, there were 3 condominiums sold for over $1 million. One of them was almost $1.5 million. So that skews the average. This year in June, there were no condominiums over $1 million. There was nothing even over $900,000. If we go to the median price, which was $534,500 last year versus $450,000 this year, that's a more accurate representation of the market. So that in that case, prices only dropped 15.8%. 28 sales combined with 201 active listings makes for 7.2 months of inventory. Clearly in a buyer's market for condominiums in Barrie. In Innisfil, the average price for detached property was $957,292. That's a drop of only 2.9%. 52 sales, 397 active listings, makes for 7.6 months of inventory. I find it surprising, as I'm sure you do too, that prices in Innisfil are still holding on, even with so many houses for sale. It looks like sellers are holding to their price, or they just decide not to sell because prices are not dropping like other areas are. I drove through some of the newer parts of Alcona, Innisfil yesterday, and there's noticeably a lot of houses for sale. There were some brand new townhouses for sale, townhouse complexes for sale by the builder. So they are not part of these statistics because they're not listed on the real estate board. I've talked about how the market has shifted away from being a seller's market to a balanced market, and now it's leaning towards being a buyer's market. All my blabbering about taking your time to buy a house is true. I stand by that sentiment. But when the time comes that you find the perfect house for you, it's beautiful and you love it and everything, and it's spotless and flashy and everything, don't hesitate, because if you love that house, the guy you went through before you and the guy who's coming in after you is going to think the same thing. We still get bidding wars in Barrie. It still happens. You get multiple offers. Not like it was years ago, but multiple offers do happen in Barrie on nice, beautiful houses. So if you hesitate on putting an offer in, you leave time for the next buyer to come in. So when you find the right house and checks all the boxes and you love it, just get it done. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that stuff. I'll see you next month.